Hey guys, Causal Gamer 84. Welcome back to the game room. Today I have a kind of a pickups video slash some stuff that's getting ready to happen in the game room video. I don't really know what to call it, but hey, if that interests you, stick around. All right, guys. So I said I had some pickups slash what's going on in the game room, so we'll go ahead and get the pickups out of the way. We will get the coolest pickup out of the way. Really cool friend of mine, Jimelin, give me a Pokemon card today. Dino, I don't know anything about Pokemon, but she's been collecting Pokemon for 96 weeks, she said, since she was 5. So, glad to have that in my newly started Pokemon collection. The next thing I got is, well, before I get into that, let me give you the collecting tip of the week, the day, the month, whatever. Tell everybody that you know that you collect video games and that's, something you're passionate about. Because this pickup is all because of a coworker. I've told some people that, I had a channel. There's some other game collectors and stuff that work there. I talked to them. I'll call him a friend of mine. Talked to another coworker slash friend and said, hey, I'm moving. I've got a PlayStation 2. Would you be interested in it? And he was like, no, but Gordon probably would. He collects video games too. So he reached out to me. He was like, hey, you interested in this PlayStation 2? I said, yes, I am interested in it. So he gifted me a PlayStation 2, which is pretty awesome, because I was actually, in the last week, been looking at getting a second PlayStation 2. I've already got one, but I wanted a mod one, so I can play import games. And I was going to do the chip, but the model that I got gifted to me, I'm going to do the soft mod, and I'll explain all that. But I'm going to turn this into the ultimate PlayStation 2 in 2021. So here's the PlayStation 2, really clean. Of course, it's a fat model, which is awesome. I like this model. I don't know if it's because I'm nostalgic for it versus the slim models. I never really had one of them growing up, but I did have one of these. So I'm going to take. Actually, before I get into that, I'm going to go over the extras that I got that I had no clue was going to be included in this at all. I got a clear PlayStation 1 controller, which is awesome. I don't know when this video will go up, and it is first party Sony branded. I don't know when this video will go up, but you'll see shortly why it's cool that it's clear. There's a little yellowing on it. I mean, it just comes with age. It's old. And I like it. It may be my new favorite PS1 controller. I know it's a PS1 controller. For those of y'all that don't know, because the plug-in is gray on it, and it probably says on the back of it. It says Sony analog controller, as opposed to the DualShock with the PS2. This did come with the PS2 controller. But that one was extra. I didn't know that it was coming with it. And he gave me some games, which is really cool. They are PS1 games, which is awesome because they're getting harder and harder to find. And there's a lot of good games in here. Let me kind of turn them all so when I show them to you, you all can see them. The right side up. But yeah, it was really awesome of him to do that, and that's why you tell everybody, because this stuff's getting harder and harder to find, and some people that may have not been as passionate as you are about it, and kind of got out of it and things like that, may still have this stuff sitting around and not want it, and may be able to help you out. One of these games I'm nostalgic for is I remember going to the video store and renting the big box copy. of it. All right, so now that I got them all turned around, again, they're all PlayStation 1. They're disc only, but I'm cool with that. Resident Evil, the Leon disc. Resident Evil 2, the Claire disc. Mortal Kombat 4. Mortal Kombat Trilogy. Rad Racer 3D. Bushido Blade 2. Crash Bandicoot. Twisted Metal 3. Street Fighter EX2 Plus. Alien Resurrection, that's the one that I remember renting the big box of. Frogger, Spider, the video game, Cool Borders 2, and Tekken. And I'm going to be completely honest with you, I don't think that I have any of these games on PS1. I may have Cool Borders 2, and I may have Frogger, but I don't have any of the other ones. PlayStation, or Resident Evil 2 on the PlayStation was probably one of my favorite games growing up. It's one that I played a lot. So definitely glad to have that in the collection. I got it for N64. I got the remake. Glad to have that one in there. So that was awesome of him to do that. If you're watching it, the video, again, thanks again. I can't tell you how much it means to me. But how am I going to turn this bad boy into the ultimate PS2 in 2021? Well, the answer to that is fairly simple. I've got a few other things that I'm going to add to it. So, I'm going to take the console, since it's the fat model, throw in a 1 terabyte hard disk that I had laying around. That is compatible with it. And then, once I do that, I have a FreeMcBoot memory card that's going to allow me to play from that hard drive. And then I have a HDD Sony network adapter. So this model is the official branded Sony one. And it uses an IDE drive. You can tell by the plugs on the bottom of it. I don't have an IDE drive, and I want to try to do this as cheap as I can. I had the hard disk laying around. The PlayStation was gifted to me. The FreeMcBoot memory card cost me, I think, like $10 or something. So I didn't want to buy IDE memory or HDD or hard disk, because I already had a SATA disk drive laying around. What I mean by that, for those of y'all that don't know, you can see the end of that. That's a SATA port, and it will not plug in to the IDE drive. This won't plug into this SATA drive. They do have where you can mod these, and you can change this port out to where it's SATA. That seemed a little more expensive to me, but that way you do keep the network capability, so you can play online. I'm not really going to play online. I'm just going to play some import games and stuff off of the hard drive and do some stuff like that. So there's a company called GameStar, and I don't know why they call it a network adapter, because it's not a network adapter. And in fact, there's no network port on there at all. But it has SATA on it. So what you'll do is simply, I'll plug this in like that, slide this in to the back of my PlayStation 2 through the expansion bay on the back. It's got a little cover on it, and you pop it off. If I can get it popped off here. Right. It just pops out, and then the drive slides right in there. I did see another content creator, kind of step-by-step. I watched a guide on it. They put a piece of cardboard under the drive so that it was kind of a spacer, so it wouldn't flop in there. This isn't going to be a how-to, but there's several videos on how-to out there. I'll link them in the description below. So I will have the terabyte hard drive in there. I will have that with a network adapter. I have FreeMcBoot. And to make this the ultimate PS2 in 2021, I already had a PlayStation, a Logitech wireless controller. I think, I have receiver as well. And you can find these a lot. You can find them relatively cheap, $20 range, sometimes $15 range. But usually they don't have the dongle or the receiver for it. This one does. So I'm going to use it. And I think that this is the best PlayStation 2 wireless controller out there. I really like it. So I will have a wireless controller on my PS2, be playing games from the hard drive, be playing import games from the hard drive in 2021, and it's going to be awesome. So guys, I'm going to download some software because I have to format my hard drive to be compatible with the PlayStation, and then install some ISOs on there, and then I will boot this up, hook up my screen capture, and we'll show you what it looks like when I'm done. Alright guys, so I got everything formatted, everything installed, everything ready to go. Before I switch cameras and to my capture card, I do want to let you all know that I checked my PS2 on HDD Compatibility list, which is ps2-home.com. I'm not going to link all this, but I will link a video that a YouTuber by the name of Blaine Locklair did. It's really simple, straightforward, really good video on how this whole process works and how to do it. So it's definitely a how-to. It's what I followed to do it, so I do recommend it. And then in his description, he has everything listed that you'll need. But I used WinHip to format the hard drive to be PS2 hard drive, and then I used OPL Manager in my art and all that stuff that I've not really got in there yet. So just kind of recap what I did. It had a FreeMac boot memory card, 1 terabyte hard drive, SATA drive. I got the SATA PS2 network adapter, and that was about it. So again, it's Blaine Locklair. It was a great video. I'll put a link in the description below, so you can definitely check that out. So now let's go ahead and switch cameras real quick and see if we can't get this going. Alright guys, so I got my camera switched. I'm going to go ahead and power on my PS2. And I just put the FreeMac boot memory card in. Of course, this is what you're all seeing is the version of FreeMac boot that I'm using. And the memory card in it boots right to it. And then you can go down to and the video that I linked in the description goes into more in-depth stuff and all this and settings and whatnot. But to get access to the games, you need to go to OPN, PS2, LD, or OPL. Yours may be labeled something different if you're not using this version of FreeMac boot. And it loads out. I'll apologize if the footage is kind of grainy. I don't have a capture card that can capture a component. So I've got this hooked into composite to the HDMI converter to the capture card to capture, and it don't look too bad right there. So you get this, and then you can change the settings. If you do change the settings on any of this, when you come back to this menu, you have to go to Save Changes, and it will save it. If not, you'll have to reset those changes that you make every time you power it on. Hit the circle button. Brings you here. I've got it set to where I can load from a USB drive, which is what it's on now, or the hard disk. And there's the hard disk. And just kind of show it does play games in other regions. I think the Nightshade that I have on here is the Japanese version. Masters of the Universe He-Man that you can see on there is a PAL exclusive. Evil Twin, Cypress Chronicles is a PAL exclusive, and I believe Altered Beast is a PAL exclusive. You can see on the bottom right-hand corner, that's where the artwork and stuff would be. I don't have it all swapped over yet. But you just go to a game, and let me find something simple to load. Hit run. I didn't have the cheat file in there. I tried to load cheats and the settings that I got saved, so it gives me that there's no cheat file. But then it just boots up just like a disk. And I don't know that it's necessarily faster booting games from a hard drive. It is faster booting them from the hard drive than it is a USB drive. Because I think like the USB is like USB 1.4 or something ridiculous. But as you can see, everything runs just like a disk. You can't hear the disk drive running. But yeah, I've not had any problems with any of them. The one downfall to it that I see is, and it's something that can't be avoided, is if I want to go back to the OPL menu, the game selection menu, there's different scripts and stuff that you can run to go that you can put in there for it to run, where you can do like hotkeys. So you can do like LR or L12, R12, and then start and select, and it takes you back to the OPL menu. But it's not designed to do that, and some of your saves may not work right. That's something that's not covered in that video that y'all should probably be aware of. Like, you can find the patches and stuff to put them in there, but it's not recommended because with the PlayStation 2, there's no OS or operating system or anything running in the background all the time. We didn't really see that until the next generation with like the Xbox 360 and the PS3 and the Wii, where they had a home button and it would take you back to the dashboard of the OS that's running. The PS2 didn't have that, so sometimes if you do that, it doesn't save right and can mess up. So the easiest way to do it is just to do it this way. All right, guys. So you've seen how the camera's crooked. You've seen how I made the Ultimate PS2 in 2021. Now I can play region free from a hard drive, and I can play games that I never had to play as a kid, and I can have a whole library of games on the hard drive. It's awesome. And when I play on my actual TV, not through the capture, I play in through components, so it looks awesome. Everything loads fine. I use the Logitech wireless controller, and I like it. So again, thanks to my friend, my coworker that hooked me up with PlayStation 2, that allowed me to do this, and I had another cool way to play games in the game room. So guys, if you've already done so, hit that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate that. It's down below. If you like the content, hit that like button. Ring that bell for notifications. You'll be notified when I post a video for you. Until next time.